What's going on, everybody? My name is LBThaRealist with Surrealistic Studios, Surreal News, where the real is surreal. Thank you for joining me on another segment. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and share this video when I'm done. Love, peace, and light, folks. I'm hoping everybody's doing well. You can find my information down below if you want to support the show, or if you want to find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, any of that. Again, my information is down below. Let's go ahead and get started with this video here, because I think this is awesome. I just had my second, I guess you can say, Zoom call with Movement for a People's Party. The first one was the initial welcome or the onboarding call or whatever to the movement, and a little bit about the structure and everything like that. This time we actually had Nick Brana, the movement's founder. He actually joined on the Zoom call, as well as Paula Jean Swearengin. Paula Jean Swearengin, the ex-Justice Democrat, one of the first Justice Democrats who emerged on the scene from West Virginia. She actually joined the Zoom call, and she spoke about her experiences within the West Virginia Democratic Party and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video because she just did an interview with Jimmy Dore. She just did an interview with Jimmy Dore. He just released it today. And I wanted to jump on this quick because this is something that I've been advocating for. I've been advocating for more Democrats to go ahead and leave the Democrat Party and join Movement for a People's Party. And Paula Jean Swearengin was one of the ones that I suggested do that. And she did, like almost immediately after. I mean, it was almost like she had been in talks with them for a while. And I actually asked that question in the Zoom call. Unfortunately, nobody was able to get to my question this time. They did get to my first question on reparations in my original Zoom call meeting, but not this time as far as Paula Jean. I asked how long was Paula Jean Swearengin in talks with Movement for a People's Party before she made the official switch. Unfortunately, that question was not answered. I just thought it'd be interesting to know, how long they've been talking, or if this, because she said she had been thinking about it for a while already. So I want to know how long she had been, talking to Movement for a People's Party. I don't know. I thought that was interesting, but we'll go ahead and play this right here, and let me know what you guys have to think about this, or what you have to say about this. Just a quick note here. The meeting was pretty good. Like I said, it had Nick Brana, Paula Jean Swearengin. It was a little choppy at first. They were a little late. I was waiting, and it almost got to like 7-8 minutes, and then they finally came on. Maybe it was just my server or whatever, but they said they're going to be in 55 cities as far as the Medicare March goes, the Medicare for All March. 55 cities. And this is interesting. So Nick Brana, as well as Paula Jean Swearengin and a few other people from Movement for a People's Party, will be in the Bronx, New York, protesting at AOC's office. Yes, they will be at AOC's district office in the Bronx to protest and to advocate for Medicare for All. So they said they're going to be there at 3 p.m. Eastern. So what is that, about 12 p.m. Pacific time? So if you guys are interested in that, if you are in the area, maybe it's something you should think about. Maybe it's something you should check out, because they will be there. Now let's go ahead and get into this video here, because I thought this was damning. I thought this was pretty interesting information that Paula Jean had to say. And this isn't the first time she mentioned this. She actually mentioned this in the Zoom call yesterday as well. So leave me your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's get into this.
So I just want to show people that AOC's PAC donated over $100,000 in leftist cash to right-wing Democrat incumbents ahead of the 2022 Democratic primary election. So what this means is that AOC is taking money that you give to AOC, which she thinks she's going to go fight for Medicare for All and student loan forgiveness and living wage and the wars. That's what you think is going to happen. She takes that money you give to her and her PAC, and she gives it to people who are against all that stuff. So if somebody tries to primary them from the left, she's giving them the money to fight back against lefties. That's what she's doing. And here's what Paula Jean said. She says, this is not what we supported when we started. Pretty sure AOC is batting for what the party wanted her to do, not what will help to pass the policies we need. I'm highly disappointed with my colleague, and I won't align myself with her anymore. So was that the final straw for you? I mean, what happened to the Justice Democrats, and how could they stay silent about AOC using her supporters' donations to bankroll right-wing Democrats?
So you hear that? Basically, you're donating money to AOC for Medicare for All, Green New Deal, a living wage, things that we're fighting for, things that she's supposedly fighting for. We're donating money to her, and she's taking that money and giving it right to right-wing Democratic candidates who don't believe in those things. So she is, by definition, corrupt. She is working in her own public self-interest. She has personal gain. And she's probably, I mean, let's be honest, there's money involved here. There's personal gain and power involved in this. And whether she's, you know, accepting money from corporations or PACs or whatever the fact, she's still giving money, hard-earned money from you, the people. She's taking your money and then giving it to the candidates that you don't want to have the money. You're not donating to Joe Manchin and Dianne Feinstein and Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and all of these people, like all of these so-called Democratic candidates, political operatives, these evil oligarchic capitalistic fiends we call public servants. She's giving all the money to them. You know, it's sad, you know, just like joining the police force. You know, you get into these organizations and you get corrupted. You don't change the system changes you. And this is why we need a third party. This is why we need a movement. Not so much as a party that just may end up being like the Democrats or the Republicans, but an actual movement of, for, and by the people that can push our agenda and actually make things happen. So let's go ahead and continue. Paula Jean's going to give her answer here to what was the straw that broke the camel's back, basically, and why she left the Democrat Party.
Well, that was part of where I got there, but I think the final straw with me in the party is we had a racist implosion with our Democratic Executive Committee, and because of COVID, it was actually in front of the public. With these things have been going on with the party for a while, and Belinda Beafor, after public outcry, had been asked to step down. The National Party didn't do anything about it. And things like this, you know, we had high hopes, and, you know, we were told you fight within, and once you get there, you know, you can be a real fighter. And people, old ladies give up their lunches to help us get elected. And all of us worked hard, not only the slate mates that AOC had, but the people behind the scenes. We have sacrificed our lives to run for office. If I was in the Senate right now, I'd be getting arrested on the Senate floor. You know, she doesn't have to work with these people. She has enough political expediency that she could go on Twitter right now and she could be at that Medicare for All rally on Saturday. She could still be fighting for Medicare for All. I've only heard one time this year she even mentioned Medicare for All, and that's not acceptable. We don't need any heroes anymore. We need actual public servants. And she's been painted the progressive baby, and I'm highly disappointed that she sold out. Us as voters, constituents, people that are actually struggling in this movement, like myself, that have worked minimum wage jobs and hours upon hours, fighting for my family and my community, and then fighting real hard to get people like AOC elected, just to go and even stump for Nancy Pelosi, and they don't care if we live or die. First, she talked about West Virginia a little bit, and then, I thought, despite the problems with Justice Democrats and everything else, that she would actually do the work, but she's not now. The longer she's there, the less she goes, more right instead of left. And the whole system, I think, is strategically designed to make sure that we're divided and we're working against each other, and the people don't have true representation. And let's talk about Justice Democrats. We all run as a slate. We all were recruited by Brandon Congress. We're going to build this beautiful thing. You were there. You interviewed me. And then after AOC got elected, you know, the leaders of Brandon Congress, they went and split the pack with Justice Democrats. And there was people like Rokana that was photo opting with Joe Manchin and recruiting against the people that we were supposed to align with and endorsing corporatists. And AOC was actually on the board with Justice Democrats. And then after she got elected, she created this big story that we were all recruited and, you know, by Justice Democrats. And that simply was not true.
Wow. AOC was on the board of Justice Democrats. How did we miss that? I missed that. I missed that. AOC was on the board of Justice Democrats, and she's out here promoting herself like she was recruited. No, AOC was propped up. AOC was propped up. So this is my question here. How much is Kyle Kulinski and Cenk Uygur responsible? I mean, so, excuse me, I'm sweating over here in my room. It's a little hot. So it just makes me wonder, like, oh, so this whole thing was planned? So was this whole thing just a ruse? It was planned? They planned to prop these people up and make it seem like they were going to be some progressive hero or progressive powerhouse, and all of a sudden now they're just working for the Democrat machine or the same oligarch capitalistic machine? Wow. That makes me side-eye Kyle Kulinski a little more. Just a little bit more, man. Like, okay. Wow, that's crazy. So she was on the board. So check this out. Paula Jean's going to actually get into more here, and she's going to mention how she has no access to AOC anymore. She can't even get a return call back.
And so she come out the gate lying, and also she pissed on her colleagues in the meantime because they were putting all their stock in AOC, all their money into AOC. They were candidates that went in debt. We were all struggling, and we were left behind. And now we can't even call her. She's not available to us after we helped her get elected. And that's no different than any court, that's no different than Joe Manchin, Shelley Moore Capito in West Virginia. We have to get arrested in their offices to be heard. And now people that actually align with AOC, we don't even get as much as a phone call. And that hurts this whole movement. And that's why we need a new party. I think she had good intent, but now she's there and she's giving money to the people that we promised to fight the most.
That's unforgivable. I can't believe that. And so when
So you heard it here, folks. You heard it here, you heard it there. She can't even get a return call back from AOC. Now, this is the person that she supposedly got recruited with concerning Justice Democrats. She started in the game with her, and she can't even get a phone call back. AOC is so entrenched and wrapped up in the democratic system, or the Democrat system, I should say, that she can't even pick up the phone and call Paula Jean Swearengin. She can't even mention her name because that would be advocating for her. And she can't advocate for a true progressive or somebody that's actually willing to do what needs to be done in order to make real change. Wow. Wow, crazy, folks. So I'm not going to play too much here. If you want to watch this, you can go to Jimmy Dore's channel. He's got it up. And you can view the rest of it there. I just wanted to point out the couple of things that she said there. Number one being the fact that AOC, she can't even get a phone call back from her. Access denied. That's where we are with this. That's where we are. And then number two, AOC was actually a part of the Justice Democrats board. She was on the board. So she, I don't understand how this all it really seems like it was planned. Like this whole thing was planned just to lure people back into the Democrat Party. Oh my goodness gracious. On another note, folks, I wanted to briefly go over the situation with Kyle Kulinski and him leaving TYT, or supposedly being kicked out of TYT. Now, in my video, I came out and I said that basically, I just said what Cenk Uygur said in the video. He said that Kyle was no longer a part of TYT. Now, I don't know if he left on his own merit or he left on his own in his own regards or whatever, or if he was actually kicked out by TYT and Cenk Uygur. I have no clue. And Kyle Kulinski has yet to come out on Twitter or YouTube or anything and make it clear. He hasn't come out and said anything, maybe because he's just too much of an introvert, or maybe he's just too much of a wuss. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but he refuses to let the people know what's going on. So initially in my last video about it, I was giving him praises. I was like, you know what? I'm glad that he finally did it. We need to give people their props when it's due. You know, and if he did, in fact, take the step to leave TYT on his own, then he deserves that praise. But if he was kicked out of TYT and he still hasn't said anything about it, that's a whole different story, folks. Now, I believe his name is Jackson Hinkle. He actually came out and said that inside sources from TYT told him that Kyle Kulinski was actually forced out by Cenk Uygur. That immediately after Kyle Kulinski came out with his videos, Cenk Uygur started the process to have Kyle removed from the TYT network. Now, I don't have those same inside sources. I can't say for sure if that's what actually happened. So I'm going to continue to say what I said before in my previous video. Cenk Uygur said Kyle Kulinski is no longer a part of TYT. Now, whether that means he left on his own accord or whether he was kicked out, I have no clue. I guess we'll never know until Cenk says something, or until Kyle says something, or until somebody who actually has knowledge of what happened and who's not anonymous actually comes out and says something. So I'll leave it there, folks. That's just what it is. You know, I'm not going to make any speculations. I'm not going to wonder, and, you know, I just don't know, you know. But if he did leave on his own accord, that deserves praise. And if he didn't, then he doesn't. Then he doesn't. I know a lot of you are just shaking your head anyways because you don't think there's anything he can do to really redeem himself after this. I mean, after he basically drew his line in the sand with Crystal Ball, and Crystal Ball, that's another one. She has refused to come out and say anything about this matter anyway, either. As many times as her name has been thrown in the mix, she doesn't want to come out and say anything. Now, maybe she thinks that's a smart move. Maybe it is. But I know, I noticed that that's something that's going on. I noticed that's what's happening. She's not coming out and saying anything, and neither is Kyle. They're like, nope, I'm done. I'm done, bro. I'm done, bro. Me, bro. Not me, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm done. Nope. Not going to do it. Because if I come out here and say something, you're not going to like it. And he's probably, yeah, we're probably not going to like it, Kyle. We're probably not going to like it. It's sad, man. You know, I wish Kyle Kulinski had more cojones. I wish he had more guts, you know, to come out here and just talk to the people like we're regular people. Like, you know, I just don't understand why he can't do that. I don't understand why he can't call out what needs to be called out, you know, but instead he chooses to focus on all the wrong things and stay quiet and silent on the things that matter most. I don't know, folks. I really can't even call it. I really can't even call it. So we're going to go ahead and leave it there. We're coming up on 18 minutes here. Yeah. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like this video, share, and subscribe. Love, peace, and light, folks. Until next time, remember, do something kind for somebody else. And I'll catch you guys on the next video, all right? All my information will be down below. I'm out.